Hi, this is Mick. Welcome back to episode 6 of my Dalek build. Made quite a bit of progress. The thing you see behind is how it's going to start to look like. None of that's bolted together yet, so I'll switch camera around and let's go through it in more detail what I've managed to get done. Right, let's see where we are. I bought this dome off eBay, ready-made, to actually follow the instruction manual and use fiberglass and make a mould and all that stuff. It's a lot of work, not guaranteed to get a very good outcome, and cost as well. So I thought, well, I'll just go for the easy option, get a dome that's already been done, correct shape, correct dimensions, cut out for the arm, and little marks for the eyes on the side, for the lights, sorry. So that's the dome, so I'll just take that off, put that to one side, and then we've got the neck. Right, in the last episode I got the neck, all the rings cut, and I'd got all the slots cut for the uprights, and I've got them fitted temporarily. Well, I've now spaced the 3 rings exactly as they should be, and they're all secured in place by screws. So that's now constructed. The tops, they need to be shortened and probably angled. But I'll get to that and do them adjustments once I start working on the dome. So that's where we are with that. So this just needs a coat of paint now, and then once it's painted I can put some mesh on the inside and paint that black. The whole thing's going to be silver, by the way. So this is the mesh I've got. It's 1/2 mil square plastic mesh from B&Q, and that'll do the job nicely. So that's where we are with the neck piece. So if I take the neck piece off, put that to one side. Right, shoulder section. This is what we're going to be concentrating on in episode 6. There's quite a lot of detail to do. So basically I need to fit a collar all the way around at the bottom, a collar all the way around at the top. So I'm going to have to remove the shoulder section. I've modified this slightly on the fixings. I've put 2 hinges at the back, and they're lift-off hinges that you'd have to lift a door off. So they're quite heavy duty, as you can see. So the bottom collar, it will come out a fair bit, so it will disguise them slightly, so I'm not worried about that. Little bit of artistic license. So if I lift this up, you'll see that the lift off hinges, and if I just shove this forward, that'll shove like that and just lift off. So that's my next job. I'm going to get this shoulder, get it marked up, get all the little bits of wood fastened on it with screws, and then get the shoulders, the collars completed. So we'll see how we go. Right, the collar, I want it at a set height all the way around. I can't just measure down from the top with a single measurement all the way around, because I've got different angles, so it'll mean that the collar will go up and down. So the best way to do this is to use a straight edge like that. From the top of this down to the top of the collar, I want this to be 230 millimeters. So I've set this for 230. So the best thing to do is hold that on there, get it square. There's also a little level in there so you can see. Move that along, and that will point to exactly where 230 mil is. So if you use that method all the way around, it doesn't matter about any of the angles, you'll get the right height all the way around. So I'll crack on with that, and I'll get the little bits of wood cut, get them fitted, and then look at putting a skin on it. Right, that method I've just shown you with the spirit level, it's too fiddly unless you've got two people, so I've decided to make a little jig up instead. So I'll just lift this up, put it on top. So as you can see, I've just fastened a piece of wood on that, a substantial piece of wood on the top so it don't fall over. The distance from there to the pencil tip is 230mm. Just drilled a hole through there, 7mm L-foot pencil. And that's 230mm. So all I've got to do now is just move it and draw around, and you can probably see it's just like a compass. It's doing a nice line all the way around. So I'll get that sorted out, and I'll come back to you shortly. Okay, I've marked that line. You can make that out all the way around. And it's the exact height for the top of the collar. So that goes all the way around, right to the front. When it gets to the front, the collar drops down here, and from that point on that gun box, it then goes level all the way around to the same point on this gun box just here. So that's it. So what I need to do now is fasten some small lats of wood just along there. I'll keep them slightly shorter than the line, and then I will actually put a hardboard skin around that, so there'll be a little gap there, so I'll just use filler to fill it in, and then that bottom colour's done. So I'll get all the little blocks of wood fitted, and then we'll see how we've gone. Right, quick update. I've fitted all these spacers here all the way around, and there for the collar to go on. It's just a piece of hardboard bent into shape, just exactly the same procedure as for the main shoulder skin. So I've just got to put a few little tiny pieces here now across the front, and then I'm going to look at getting this hardboard wrapped around it. So I'll come back to you when I've got that done. Right, I've downloaded the templates for the collars which fit on the shoulder section. I've downloaded these off projectdalek.com. Basically it's just what somebody's kindly put on. They've done all the hard work. They've created four sheets of A4 with the actual size of each collar, so all you need to do is join them together. So that's the top belt, as they call them instead of collar, tile 2, tile 1, etc. So basically tile 1 and tile 2 go together just there. You see they're both marked with A and B, so you need to just get those lines perfectly lined up like that, and then put some masking tape across. So that's for the top collar of the top belt, and the lower belt's exactly the same arrangement. So I've already taped them together, and then I've taped the whole thing, the whole template, onto a sheet of 3mm hardboard. So if we just start off at this end, you can see there's a slight curve. It's a proper template, so they're fully taped together and fully taped onto this hardboard. So what I need to do now is I'm going to get a sharp craft knife, a Stanley knife with a new sharp blade in, and I'm going to go over all these lines. Start off at one end and follow that curve around, and just apply enough pressure so that it puts a slight impression or cut into the surface of the hardboard. Once I've done that, I can remove this template, use the jigsaw with a really fine blade, get that cut out, and then I can use that then as a template for the other side of that one, because each of these templates, obviously because of the length around the shoulder section, it just covers half. So that'll be the front, going round the right hand side to the middle at the back. And then we need the same again to go the other way from the middle of the back and back round to the front. So I'll use that section once I've cut it out as a template for the other half, and I'll just draw around it and cut that out the same. So that's for the lower collar, and like I say, I've got this one to join together for the upper collar. So I'll get those cut and come back and show you the results. Right, I've marked that one out with a knife. You can probably see the cuts. Gone through all the paper. I've done it as precise as I can. So that's the template marked out now for one half of the lower collar. So I'm going to get that cut out with a jigsaw, then move it along on the hardboard, draw around it again, and that'll give me an exact other half. So I'll get that cut out, and then I'll come back to you. I'll get it marked up on the back of the hardboard. Okay, that's the template for the top belt stuck on the hardboard. I'm going to get that one marked up now and get them both cut out. Just realised when I do the other half, so all I need to do is flip these two templates over 180 degrees and still mark it on this side of the hardboard. So that's what I'll do now, get them all cut and then show you the results. Cheers. Right, okay, that's them two half sections cut for the collars. Just this one here, which is for the top, and the one over there, which is the half of the bottom collar. So what I need to do now then is to get the other half as a mirror image, is just flip that over like that. Do the same with the other one. Draw a pencil line around each one and cut them out. Then I've got all the lining then for the collars. So I'll get that cut out and we'll look at applying them. Right, that's all them 4 pieces cut. So just used a fine blade in a jigsaw, that's all, just a fine metal blade. Just took my time with it. Just have to be careful when you get to the ends so it doesn't snap off. But yeah, no problem. So they're ready for offering up now to the shoulder section, and we'll look at securing them. Okay, so it's 3 days later. It's starting to come on. I've got both of these collars done on the shoulder section. As you can see that around there. They're all lined up perfectly. They're all cut parallel. So I need to do quite a bit of filling now. Use expanding foam in these joints. Fill all these up so they're solid. And get rest of filling done. Just bits of touching up here and everything. All these gaps. And then get that primed. Same colour as the skirt. So up to now, it's looking good. So I'll get the filling done, the priming, and I'll come back to you. Cheers. Okay, I've finished the expanding foam. As you can see, it's filled all them gaps in between the collar and made that more secure. So I've just done that, so it's going to take a while to set and go off. Just leave it a couple hours, I think. Then I'll use a sharp knife and trim all that off. I've decided just to go for the 2 collars. Just to keep the shoulder simple. Just have a look round here. If I turn the camera that way, it's just 2 plain collars. I don't want any lats and mesh because I think it's going to look too messy. So I like the clean lines there. So I'll get the expanding foam trimmed down, get the filler in, and then we'll look at priming it. Right, that's it for episode 6. So I'll get this all sorted out and finish this shoulder section, and come back in episode 7. Thanks for now. Cheers.